Honda has always been known for building engines that seem almost impossible. Engines that can run for hundreds of thousands of miles. Engines that are efficient, reliable, and incredibly refined. But in the early 2000s, Honda tried something completely different. They wanted to solve a problem that every motorcycle manufacturer faced. A motorcycle can be comfortable, or it can be exciting. A bike tuned for everyday riding usually has smooth power, good fuel economy, and predictable behavior. A bike built for performance is usually the opposite. It wants high RPM, it wants aggressive riding, it sacrifices comfort for speed. But Honda wanted both. They wanted a motorcycle that could feel calm when you were riding through the city, and then transform into a completely different machine when you open the throttle. Their solution was a technology borrowed from their automotive world, a system called VTEC. A technology that allowed one engine to have two personalities. But the strange part is what happened next. Even though riders loved the idea, Honda eventually moved away from it. So why would one of the world's biggest motorcycle manufacturers abandon a technology that seemed so advanced? To understand that, we have to go back to the beginning. In the 1990s and early 2000s, motorcycle manufacturers were fighting a very interesting battle. Everyone wanted to create the perfect sport motorcycle, but perfect meant different things to different riders. Some riders wanted maximum horsepower. They wanted the fastest acceleration, the highest top speed, and the most aggressive engine possible. Others wanted something they could actually live with. A motorcycle they could ride every day, something that wouldn't feel uncomfortable after an hour. And this created a problem for engineers, because engine design is always about compromise. If you tune an engine for low RPM, it becomes smooth and easy to ride. But at high RPM, it loses some performance. If you tune it for racing, it becomes powerful at the top of the rev range, but it can feel weak and uncomfortable during normal riding. Honda engineers wanted to remove this compromise. They wanted an engine that could change depending on what the rider needed. The idea behind VTEC was surprisingly simple. Instead of creating one camshaft profile that worked everywhere, Honda created multiple profiles.
At low RPM, Honda's VTEC delivers smooth efficiency. But as the revs climb, a switch is flipped.
The system changed. A different cam profile activated, the valves opened further and stayed open longer. Suddenly, the engine could breathe better. The motorcycle didn't just get faster. It changed character. The rider could actually feel the transition. It was almost like the bike had two different engines hidden inside one machine.
Some motorcycles are built just to break records. Others are engineered to master the art of the ride. Total control beats raw power. The VFR masterfully provides both.
To why not you could ride it to work. You could take it on a long trip. And when the road became interesting, the motorcycle could still deliver excitement. This balance made the VFR special. Many motorcycles could do one thing extremely well, but the VFR tried to do everything. It wasn't the loudest dot, it wasn't the most aggressive, it wasn't the most powerful, but it was one of the smartest designs of its era. The interesting thing about VTEC was not only the technology, it was the feeling. Motorcycles are emotional machines. Numbers matter, horsepower matters, acceleration matters, but what riders remember is how the bike feels. And VTEC created a moment, a point in the RPM range where the personality of the motorcycle changed. You weren't just riding faster, you felt something happening mechanically. You felt the technology working. In a world where motorcycles were becoming more computerized, VTEC gave riders a physical connection with the machine. This is where the story becomes interesting, because VTEC wasn't a failure, the technology worked, the riders liked it, the engineering was impressive. But the motorcycle industry changed. Modern engines became better. Electronic fuel injection improved. Throttle-by-wire systems appeared. Different riding modes became common. Manufacturers found new ways to give riders different experiences without complicated mechanical systems. At the same time, emissions regulations became stricter. Every additional mechanical system added complexity, weight, and cost. And eventually, Honda had to ask a simple question: does VTEC still provide enough benefits compared to modern solutions? The answer was probably no. Today, VTEC motorcycles are remembered as one of Honda's most interesting experiments. It was a technology created to to solve a problem that many riders didn't even realize they had. Honda tried to build a motorcycle that could be two things at once: a comfortable machine for everyday life and an exciting performance bike when the rider wanted more. And maybe that is why people still talk about it, because VTEC wasn't just about making more power, it was about giving a motorcycle a personality.